Hey guys, are you ready for something kind of scary right before Halloween? Well, here it is. Look at this. Ain't she a beaut? I know what you're thinking. Oh boy, he bought another piece of crap. Well, you're right, I did. But you know, I'll tell you something. For one thing, I've sworn off buying any more front-wheel drive cars. So, no more front-wheel drive cars for me. And I saw this car on a lot, one of my usual car buying places. And I really like G-bodies and I really like Grand Prix. So I entered into intense negotiations about this car. For 2 weeks I couldn't figure out how much they wanted for it, and then they wanted too much for it, so I made an offer and waited another week to find out if my offer was accepted, and it was. So we'll just take a little tour of this car. There isn't a whole lot to see on it. It's an 87 Grand Prix. It's the last year this body style was produced. It's got a big dent here in the door. It's got kind of faded paint. Rusty up here. Vinyl top's looking pretty rough. But no real rust on it. Like all the cars from down here. Glass is good. Bumper's good. It's got good bones, I guess you could say. I have actually had this car running. It runs fair, it doesn't smoke. Got a 305 Chev engine in it, and I don't know what transmission it's got. Oh yeah, now I do. It's got that's a turbo 204R. You can tell by the pan shape. See how large the pan is? If it had a metric 200 in it, 200C, the pan would not be that deep and it would look more like a turbo 350 pan except smaller. You know, square with just one side's lopped off of it. But that's a 4-speed. And don't know if the transmission works or not yet. On my luck, it won't, but that's to be expected. The interior is about in the shape of the exterior. We'll take a look at it here. It's got cloth door panels, what's left of them. It's got bucket seats, what's left of them. Oh yeah, it's got these opera lamps on it, didn't know that. Dirty carpet. The usual. Headliner, no headliner. But on the positive side, it actually has full gauges in it. And that's kind of rare these days. That's what I like about these Pontiacs. It's got oil, fuel, temp, volts. Of course, no radio. That's common. And if you're looking for the shifter, it's not here. And it ain't here no more. It used to be on the floor, but this is all left of it. Somebody took the shifter out of it. It's missing the pads, just the general stuff. Junkyard's full of all that stuff, so I'm not worried about that. It's got power door locks, power windows, cruise. It's got this newer style steering wheel, which I don't like at all. Tilt wheel, just the general stuff that they all have. Got a faded up mirror. No visors. Any other car, you know, you'd be worried about trying to find parts, but the parts for these are everywhere in the junkyard. I don't know if this is a Brougham or just a coupe. I know it's not a LE because it doesn't say LE and it doesn't say Brougham, but it doesn't have the opera lights back there, and it doesn't have a couple of options that it doesn't have a couple of options that a Brougham should have, so I don't think it is. So yeah, it's pretty rough, to say it lightly. $62,000 miles on the odometer. That's probably for sure 162,000. Something going on there with a piece of coat hanger. I guess that's holding the headlight switch in. Well, if this thing goes back on road, I'll be doing that job again. That's a oh boy, that's a pain to do that. Alright, well, let's take a look under the hood. I don't know if this is blue or black. It looks, one way it looks blue, one way it looks black. I guess by now it doesn't much matter, does it? This is one of these, you gotta have a special Fred Sanford technique to open this hood. Now this pissed me off. The daggum hood ornament was fine, and somebody down there at that car lot went in there and tried to break it. So just your basic Chev engine. I keep calling it that. We don't really say Chev down here, but I just like saying that. Doesn't look like it's been touched in forever. It's got a 4-barrel quadrijet carburetor. It's missing something up here. What's it missing? Oh, the washer bottle. Yeah. Thought something didn't look right over here. I've had one of these cars before. I had an 80, I think I had an 85. I got it from my aunt. It's got a bunch of cracked up vacuum lines. I had the breather off of it when I was looking at it. It's, you know, yucky under there, but it's all here. Had to do something kind of crazy with the battery hookups because I didn't have a bolt for this and don't have the right type of battery. I made it work. I'll show you that later. So yeah, let's take a look in the trunk. That's always enlightening. Actually, still got the little medallion on it. Amazing. Okay, are you ready? Dum da dum dum. Well, there's a shock. Imagine that. They cleaned this thing totally out before they returned it. Got the jack, it's got the spare. The spare still got some air in it. But that's about it. Okay, I couldn't. That sticker under here, yeah, that's your SPID sticker. That's got all your options on it. Service parts. What's it say? Service parts identification. They call it a SPID. Yeah. Alright. Well, I want to see if I can get this thing going and moving. I couldn't get the transmission to come out of park earlier, so excuse me. I'm going to work on that shifter. See what I can do with that, and get this thing running. Make a video of that. Stay tuned.